Alright, let's begin by opening our basic sloper without the sleeve. Alright, here we have all our pattern pieces showing. And then we're going to go ahead and open our 3D avatar. So you're going to hit View, and then you're going to hit 3D Window, and then Model. And that should open our ava.mod window, which is our avatar. Be patient because Optitex is a little bit slower due to all of its functionalities. Alright, and there she is. Alright, next we're going to go ahead and check to see if our pieces are paired for the center front, bodice, and skirt. We want to uncheck those in the pieces properties window because these are going to be cut one unfold pieces and we don't want them showing up twice in the 3D model when we place that on her. So go ahead and uncheck those. We are also gonna set half just to open that up. So you're gonna go to Toolbox, Half Symmetry, and then set half. And then that tool should open up and you're gonna click in a clockwise direction on the center front seam for both the bodice and the skirt. Alright, so next we're gonna just place our pieces on our model. You're gonna go to Place Cloth on the 3D window. And they should show up on our 3D model in the correct spots. This is important because when you are gonna simulate, where the pieces are matters when it drapes. If it's in the wrong spot, it's not going to drape correctly. Alright, from then on, we're going to check placement. So in the 3D properties window, you're going to want to go to positions and then location, and that's how you're going to make sure that everything's in the right spot. For example, the front bodice should be in the front position. Same with the skirt, and if you want to check each individual piece, feel free. Alright, from this point on, we're going to go ahead and start our seaming process. So in the 3D window, you're going to go ahead and select 3D stitch. And that tool is going to allow us to seam our seams. Using your knowledge of pattern making and where seams should go, you're going to go ahead and seam. So here we're doing the side seam on the skirt. And remember, we want to move in a clockwise direction. So click top, bottom, and you're going to match that with this back piece. And then we're going to do the princess seam. Again in a clockwise direction, and we're going to match that with the center side piece. And see here, I did not move in a clockwise direction on the pattern piece, therefore it was going to mess up my seaming. So we're going to just backtrack real quick. Okay, moving in that clockwise direction. Alright, finishing up on this seaming, you can see all the colors are going to show. That's going to show you what seam matches to what. And then we're going to do the center back seams because these are cut one on folds, but we're not seaming it to another center back since that doesn't show on the pattern piece. So here we're going to do as we always do, moving in clockwise direction. We're going to start that first seam. And because it won't release, you're going to have to hit escape since it's going to want to connect to something. And then you're going to hit control right click. And this pop-up window should show up and you're going to hit seam to symmetry. And that's how you're going to connect your center back seams so that it lays nicely on your 3D model. So go ahead and repeat that for the skirt as well. And then if you want to check to see, make sure it's on symmetry, you can go to the 3D properties window and you're gonna go find symmetry on that. It should be check marked on there. You'll see where my cursor moves, right around there. Alright, we're getting closer to simulating it on our 3D button. Real quick, we're going to go ahead and update our 3D model to reflect our 2D changes. So go ahead and hit that down arrow. That's going to update your 2D to 3D. And you're going to see all the blue seam lines. If anything is crisscrossed, that means it's incorrect. But it should lay like this with all those blue lines. And then you're going to hit that play button, which is the simulate button, and that is going to show you your final product. Super cool, super fun. There's a bunch of other buttons you can use to manipulate your fabrics and change them as well, but I won't go too deep into that since that's a whole nother adventure. And that's how you do seaming on 3D Optitex.